Okay, we made it, my friends. Thanks God, yeah. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for your patience and thank you for allowing us sharing this time with you. We hope you will learn a little bit about Puerto Rico, a little bit more that you already know. How many first timers do we have here? Most of you. Do we have any military personnel here? Veterans, active or not? We have one there. Who else? Thank you for your service, sir. Thank you for your service. My dad was a military, so I respect a lot the job and the mission that you all have. Do you hear me? Yeah, you hear me well? Okay. Well, first of all, before anything else, here we have a very important guy. He's the one driving this thing. You know, I can't. His name is Juan. He's going to be the driver, and he is the one in charge of taking us safely wherever we go today. Juan, yeah. Give him an applause. Come on. Yeah, he's a good guy. Very experienced. He got his license yesterday, so he's celebrating a lot. And my name is Gustavo Santiago Fontanes Rodriguez Padilla Fortis Fortunio. Why are you laughing? That's my name. You can call me Gus. You can call me Gus. G-U-S, very easy. Number one priority today is your safety. So if we walk, and we're going to be walking through some very old streets, we're going to do a little bit of walking at the beginning. And from there we're going to go to the boat, and then we'll be back sightseeing the north side of the island. But yes, we have to take our precautions. So we have to look at the floor at all times, especially when we are in the very old streets, the cobblestone streets. So you're going to see them, but they're blue because they were made out of iron. Let me. So yeah, precaution when you're walking. When you're going out the bus, please use the handrails. It's very important. And yeah, right here we have a fire extinguisher just in case. You never know. It's new. Have never been used, but so it's part of the safety. And there are a couple of more things when we get to the boat. I will share them with you. Phone number, important phone number, just in case. I'll be with you the whole time, but you never know. We have a special line, which is 1787 is the area code, Puerto Rico area code, 722-2080. 722-2080. 722-2080, just in case. If you need, repeat the number again, I will do it as many times as you need. So, are there going to be, another question, are there going to be restrooms around? Yes, they're going to be. Actually, the first stop that we're going to make, it has one over there. There's no bathroom in the boat, but as soon as we finish the boat, we'll go to the entertainment district, and there's very nice restrooms there. Okay? And also very, very nice bars. Of course, yeah. Another question, yeah, the walking. Oh, tips are not mandatory. There's no amount. Of course, when we receive them, we appreciate them very much. If you think that the team did a good job, well, that will help you make the decision. But it's not mandatory, and there's no specific amount. And what else? Yeah, we should be here somewhere around almost a little bit before 5. Okay, more or less. It all depends on the traffic. Beautiful ship. And we are in our way to our first stop. But when we get there, let me tell you something. San Juan is the oldest city in the Americas. Is the oldest city on the U.S. flag, and it is the second oldest city in the Americas. The official foundation date, official, that word is very important, is 1521. 1521. But there's a secret. That's not the real. That's the official date. But that's not the real date. The real date goes back to 1508, when Juan Ponce de Leon, probably you have heard that name, came and began the colonization of the island. But the first settlement was not this one, was not the islet, was another one that was on the other side of the bay, like 4 miles to the south. 1508. But what happened? The king called Ponce de Leon in 1519 and said, Juan, you know what? You have to move the city. Juan said, what? No, I don't want. Yes, you have. Yes, you have. Well, to make a long story short, he had to move the city from the other side of the bay to the island, the actual island that it is today. And the moving began in 1519. It was completed in 1521. That's why the official foundation date of Old San Juan is 1521. Actually, the first name was not Old San Juan. The first name, San Juan, was the name of the island. Christopher Columbus named the island when he came in 1493. He named the island San Juan Bautista. And so when Ponce de Leon arrived to the harbor here in the bay, and he found it was an enclosed bay. It was a naturally deep bay. It had 5 rivers ending in the bay, so he had fresh water. And on top of that, he found gold. He said, this is a rich port. And that's how the name Puerto Rico was born. Because this was the city of Puerto Rico. The city of Richport in English. But when the moving took place, they switched the names. And this became San Juan and the island Puerto Rico. What about that? That's a whole year of Puerto Rican history in 5 minutes. Yeah. Talking about cobblestone streets, there you can see samples of the original ones. They are blue. Do you know why they are blue? Because they were made out of iron. You know, at the beginning, there was nothing there. It was just pure dirt. Then they used river rocks. Then they changed them to wood and tiles. Can you imagine streets made out of tiles? You know, it was a nightmare. So finally in 1890, they replaced all those tiles and installed the cobblestone streets that we see today. So that happened in 1890. So when we say original ones, we're talking from the ones that were installed in 1890, at the end of the 19th century. And you know, San Juan became the most important military outpost of Spain during the colonial era. We were 400 years a colony of Spain, and we were 400 years in war. Can you imagine 146,000 days in war? And the reason was that when the European powers learned about the territories and the treasures that Spain was gaining, you know what they said? I want that. And that's the reason why particularly the French, the English, and the Dutch began a number of attacks in order to get Puerto Rico, get its bay, which was very valuable from a military standing point, and get the whole location, because Puerto Rico was in the middle of that side of the world and the other side of the world. So it was the first place that the navigators would see when they were coming in, and the last one they would see when they were going back. So it was the last chance to get water, fresh water, food, gunpowder, whatever they needed for the trip back. So it was very, very, very important. And that's the reason why Spain had no choice. They had to fortify the city as much as possible. And San Juan eventually became the most fortified city in the Americas. And that's the reason why, you know, we have so many forts, so many prisons, so many hospitals, so many military squares. And that's the reason why we have the wall all around the city. 4 miles of wall, approximately 4 miles of wall all around the city. So San Juan became a city within a fort. City within a fort, and that was a very important part of the defense of the bay. And when I say defense of the bay, you know, those attacks that all of them were in charge of pirates that had been contracted by those powers. They didn't call them pirates when they were contracted. They were corsairs, but they were pirates. So when that happened, I mean, they had to fortify everything and protect the city, because the gold that was coming from the other side of the from Central America, Mexico, and all that side, they usually would do a stop here. So they had spies, and they knew when the gold was here, or the treasures were here, or the money was here. So they will try to attack to get it. So it's a whole story of military situations that developed during those 400 years. So, and of course, after being 400 years as a colony of Spain, you can see the influence of Spain in everything that we have here: architecture, the food, the language, the religion, and so that's part of our history. We actually, talking about the attacks, all of them were won by Spain during those 400 years, except one. Anyone knows? Yeah, you know. The last one. 1898. The Spanish-American War. Who was that? Yeah. Spanish-American War. That was too strong. You know, Spain was not used to that kind of ships and battleships and, iron, big iron boats. And it only took 1,360 shots to United States to win the Spanish-American War. And in December 1898, right after the sign of the Treaty of Paris, we became part of the United States, together with Philippines, Guam, and Cuba. So we were 400 years from Spain, and all of a sudden, boom, we are American now. That was a big challenge for the United States, because they had to start an Americanization process. So a lot of things had to be done. So this is our first stop here. Juan is trying to maneuver this monster. Dímelo, Juan. Sí. O aquí mismo. No. Ok. Esta se metió en el medio. That was our spot. Yeah, you passed the test one. Okay, now we're gonna go down. You may leave your things here. Let me tell you, this is one of the most beautiful spots that Old San Juan has. Beautiful for the location, and beautiful because of the amount of architectural elements that we have here, included in one place. So bring your cameras, bring your cell phones, because you're going to have a number of very nice picture moments there. And the restrooms, we're going to meet there at the
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe.